All right, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids across our beloved empire. Let me tell you, it's great to be in the empire today, but it's also a busy day in our empire today. We got the Dash Rendar kit coming at you today, as well as some intel in terms of requirements for Starkiller. It's going to be some pretty decent relics to get this guy accessible. And thirdly, stay tuned after this video. We have a video on the brand new Star Wars Hunters, which just came out today in soft launch. So I'm going to make a video showcasing some gameplay of that for you guys today. So a very busy day for Star Wars mobile games. Hop on over. First thing we're going to do before we get into the Starkiller Dash Rendar part of the requirements, we have to talk about the Legacy event and what the gear requirements are looking like. 5-star unlock seems like I was a bit too optimistic, but here we go. Legacy events are a new special kind of event focused on units from Legends. Love to see that. We kind of talked about how they're focusing more on the Legends aspect of Star Wars out there right now. Only 4 units are required to complete the event, but those 4 units will need to be at least Relic 5 to enter the event. I feel like we're way past the days where CG will let us go in with minimal gear and come out with the win. They want us to gear up a certain level, it seems like. Each of the required units will have a marquee event where you earn character shards like normal, but there is also special additional Legacy tier that awards Omicrons for those that have the marquee characters at 5 stars. So that's good to know at least. These units will not follow the traditional cadence for character releases, and Starkiller event will be available, as we know, permanently in the Journey Guide, December 15th. And there's Dash Rendar. We're going to get into the event, into the kit momentarily here, but just so you know, they're celebrating the 50th Lucasfilm anniversary with 5 characters from Star Wars Legends, and we know Starkiller's one, Dash Rendar's the other, and we're waiting on the 3 other guys right now. So let's go ahead and talk about the Dash Rendar kit here. So marquee event, there wasn't a date confirmed just yet, but my suspicions, usually kit reveals are Tuesday, which is today, and then Thursday we will get the actual character to play around us. So stay tuned. Thursday we have a lot of fun, and who knows, maybe Star Wars Hunters might be worth streaming as well in the meantime here. So let's go ahead and look more specifically in the kit here. So as we already knew, he's mainly meant to help out the prepared crew, which are smugglers, and he doesn't have a smuggler tag, so you can't even use him for the smuggler feat inside of this current conquest that we're about to hop into yet again for the second run around here. But here we go. Basic fearless advance. Deal physical damage 3 times the target enemy for each critical hit. Call another random prepared ally to assist, dealing 75% less damage, limited to once per ally. And we got some interesting prepared characters in here. As we know, L3, Vandar Chewie, young Han Solo, young Lando, and Kira all have that prepared mechanic baked into their kit here. And young Han Solo and young Lando can hit a decent amount, so that wouldn't be all too bad, getting assisting going on their basic riders. So that's kind of nicer. So 3 times, potentially calling 3 characters to assist, if I'm understanding this correctly. So ooh, that could be a lot of fun for them here. Stop right there. Cooldown up to very low cooldown, as we see here. Deal physical damage to target enemy, and the spell all buffs them. So we got a nice buff to spell, and we also got a stun on them for 1 turn. And this tech deals 20% more damage for each buff this spell. So teams that have lots and lots of buffs, I don't know, teams of Grandmaster Yoda, for example, that's going to really supercharge the damage on this ability right here. Again, it's fairly simple, but I like that it's at least being a bit more interactive with the prepared squad. We have a second special ability, which with a cooldown of 4. That's kind of new. Normally they don't say what gear tier it unlocks at, but it unlocks at gear tier 3. Seeker missiles deal physical damage 3 times to all enemies. I like the sound. That reminds me of Rebel Officer Leia Organa a little bit. And the first instant of damage dispels stealth and dazes for 2 turns. Okay, and then the second instance of damage inflicts defense down for 2 turns, and the third round inflicts critical damage down for 2 turns. This attack can't be evaded or resisted. The other, the defense down, the critical damage down, okay, but really the stealth and the daze is really the nice thing about it. AoE dazes are always a nice thing to really slow down the enemy offensive out here. And here we go. We already got the little heads up on this. He's gonna have an Omicron specific for Grand Arena boosting of the prepared squad here. And as we're seeing, Scandroid allies enter the battle prepared, so instant prepared. That's nice, because usually it takes a little bit of time for the prepared to get going for them currently. And prepared allies gain an additional bonus based on their role, which is a little bit reminiscent of Kira. A little bit. Doubled for light side scoundrels, which is pretty much all of them right now. Whenever a scoundrel ally gains prepared, they gain critical damage up and offense up for 1 turn. And attackers are going to get 15% critical damage, Tanks are going to get 15% max health, which would be very nice. And L337 and support or healers are going to get plus 10 speed and 10% potency. And man, oh man, oh man, oh man. It's going to be kind of interesting to see how that works. Now, Vandar Chewbacca is categorized as a tank. Here, come on over. We'll take a little break from the kit here. Vandar Chewbacca. To tanks, he's going to get extra max health. And if you know how his kit works, he's going to do more damage based off the max health of the character. So that's kind of a nice thing to have. We have 2 attackers with the current prepared crew, 2 attackers on here, so they're going to get extra critical damage, hopefully popping off some better hits out here. And I don't know if Kira's going to make the cut. Maybe she has an AoE buff to spell and it has an assist of her own, but since she's a support, she's going to get some extra speed and potency baked into her. But really, it's young Han Solo I want to see. Boy, is he going to benefit from this team right here. We have one more thing. We got the unique ability, Hot Shot. Final text with the Zeta. Scoundrel allies gain 20% max health, 20% potency, and 20% offense. Whenever a prepared ally lands a critical hit, all prepared allies are going to get 2% turn meter. And this is what I'm thinking. The AoEs are going to be very nice. Dash Rendar does a lot of AoEs here. We have characters, for example, I'm not sure if we're going to make things work like this, but, you know, L337 counterattacking a lot might supercharge some turn meter. So there's lots of ways to kind of get that turn meter boosting. Kind of reminds a little bit of Beskar Mandalorian's lead a little bit. But the cool thing is it's a unique ability. So he doesn't have to be in the lead to kind of keep this turn meter flowing through the allies on your team. So it doesn't seem crazy, but it seems like it could be enough to make the prepared team a bit more usable, not laughable in Star Wars Galaxies, because right now, even the day they came out, they were not a good team. They were definitely one of the biggest failures of teams I think that's ever happened in Star Wars Galaxies history, and Dash Rendar might be just enough to at least make them competitive inside of Grand Arena. I know it's caused some debate. I'm kind of a fan of teams being good in specific areas of the game, but it is unfortunate that we might be moving away from one team does everything inside the game. Like Darth Revan's great in any type of game mode you go into. But I think it's kind of nice that we're going to give teams more identities. And if you're serious about Grand Arena, this might be a team you want to keep your eyes towards here. So we'll have to wait and see again. It looks like we're going to be doing some testing later on this week on Thursday and seeing what this guy is all about. Let's just double check to make sure we're not missing anything else here. The unique attributes, inspiration. Let's look at the strategy tips real quick here. Under a Dash Rendar lead, young Lando, young Han Solo, Vandar, and L3 and Kira all receive bonuses when prepared. And we already kind of talked about that. Dash, as his name indicates, wants to be a very speedy character, so try modding him with that in mind. And in Grand Arena, having Dash's allies beginning the battle prepared means enemies have to focus on Vandar Chewbacca from the get-go. Actually, let's pull up Vandar Chewbacca real quick here, because Vandar Chewbacca was one of those characters that became a lot more usable when Grand Arena came out. When Vandar Chewbacca first came out, there wasn't really a lot going on with this guy, but being prepared straight out the get-go, when he becomes prepared, man, when Chewbacca recovers the max protection, he gains prepared. When another light side scoundrel ally is defeated, he's going to revive them if Chewbacca is no longer prepared. So this is going to be quite interesting, seeing how Vandar Chewbacca is going to be able to constantly revive people over and over and over again. So I'm looking forward to see how this team works. I feel like the prepared squad is one of those I wish was a little bit better, but it only took how many years? It only took about 3 years or so for them to maybe have their time in the spotlight. So like, comment down below and all your thoughts. Be sure to subscribe so you're not missing a thing, baby, because man, we got a lot of Star Wars games and stuff to do to dominate around here. But more importantly, until we get to the domination, always remember, it's great to be in the Empire today.